We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. First game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Now, this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Throwing on first down, Shirley. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Shirley. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Shirley. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And I think this is a run we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. It'll be a Saints first down on the pickup of 13. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because their only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He'll decide to keep this once more. And for a 2nd straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
It looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Shirley. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your air attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
They start the drive with White. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. First down, here's White. And a good-looking run there as he'll take us inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
To throw on third down. Cameron targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a first and goal.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Second and goal from the 1. Once again, it's White. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Zamir White with career touchdown number 145, tying it with Marcus Allen for 6th on the all-time list. And the Lions have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And they'll begin by running the option. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
A give to Camaro running right. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Ready. Striker. 3-3.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him. How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
On 1st down, Shirley. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Looks again for T.J. Hawkinson, and he's got him again. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They get it to Moore on the jet sweep. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think that's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Here we go, set.
On 2nd down, Kamara. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Now, that's a mountain of a man who just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Shirley. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. This offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. To the outside, that's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd and 4. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Lions are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1,
and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Zamir White with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year, and they are able to add on to their advantage. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Kamara up the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Yards the pickup, 1st down. Operating from the gun, Shirley. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Shirley. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the 1st half winds down.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Shirley. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Now after the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey.
He's got a man complete. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and it's 21-10. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
On 1st and 10, Shirley. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Throwing again, Shirley. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And that is no good. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up a great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DK Metcalf as the first half is winding down. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Very limited time left to get in the field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it on one throw right there.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Shirley taking a shot for Samuel. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. But they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
They go right back to White here on first down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 101 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's first and 10. Back to throw. Cameron. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. White is into the end zone. Touchdown Lions. CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's trying to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. With that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it, actually becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Shirley. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson picks up his second sack. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Touchdown, Detroit! 51 yards there on the return punt, and the Lions just continue to roll. Right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon. They're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen. And if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. Shifts by him. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing on first down. Rhodes. Nowhere to go here. He lost lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
To throw on second down. Rose. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Aiden Hutchinson getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jeffrey Simmons. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. Here comes the Saints punter now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't want to see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Going right side is White. Wow, 185 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. They'll run for it. This is White, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So he's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. On first down, Rhodes. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
He's going to try and take off with it.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say? Right?
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Aiden Hutchinson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
And this throw will be intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Aiden Hutchinson, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Throwing on 3rd and long. Rhodes flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run the counter. Blackman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down. They'll try the left side. Blackman. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule? 4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you? No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
On 2nd down, Blackman. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here we go on 4th down. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Rhodes
tries the left side and finds Olave.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake. Rhodes. And this is incomplete.
Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Being chased out. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Lions, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.